In this video, my friends and I got together and talked about our experiences as blacks in the United States. We're not trying to offend anybody or trigger anybody, so if you feel that you may be triggered, you might as well click off of this video now. But please enjoy as we talk about our experiences. Racism is definitely taught, and it's just like, with all these people dying, like black people specifically dying, it's just like, what are you teaching your children? Like, our lives matter. Black people are people. What do YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kristen LeRae, and I'm here to motivate the day. And today we are at our first episode of Uncovered, and today we're just gonna be talking about real things and our experiences as African Americans in the world, in the United States, and how we've personally been affected. So before we get in the video, make sure that you guys are hitting the like button, the subscribe button, and you're hitting the bell notification so you know every time I post a new video. So before we get into it again, what's your names?
Alright, I go by Kevin, aka Kevo the Great. Follow me.
Alex, aka Alizé.
And I'm gonna have all their information linked down below so you guys can follow them. But again, let's just get right on into the video. The first question that we have today is, how do you identify yourselves in America? I know that a lot of people don't like to just identify themselves as just black or African American. They love to be like, well, I got a little Indian in me, I got a little Chinese in me. So how do you identify yourself?
I identify myself as black. I do got a little Indian in me, a little Blackfoot, a little Cherokee. I think I said that right. But at the end of the day, I identify myself as a human being, man. I don't look at no color, no race, nothing. At the end of the day, we all people.
True. Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
Bro.
Thank you.
And Alex?
I'm black, African American, light skinned some people, you know.
Yeah. So what was it like for you going like in middle school? Because I know you went to like an all black school, so like the transition.
All right, yeah. So growing up, even from kindergarten through 8th grade, I went to an all black school. We had 2 mixed kids like throughout the whole process of all them years. So when I moved out here and I went to Brush, it was just like totally different. Like that was the first time I sat in the classroom with a white person, an Asian person, and anybody who wasn't black. So for me, at first it was weird because it's not what I'm used to. I'm not used to these people. So like and it's crazy because that's probably how a lot of people feel about us.
Honestly, yeah.
You know, they never encountered us before, so when they come across us, they be like, oh, I don't know how to act. So that's kind of how I was at first. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, bro, the only time I ever seen any other race was on a basketball court, a track field, or a football field. I've never really talked to them, never really did anything with them.
Yeah.
Especially sit next to them in the classroom. Like, that shit was weird, sitting next to people of a different race, and I got to, hey, what's up? I don't even know what to say to them. Like, I'm just so with it. I don't even know what to say.
How to act, yeah.
So, like,
gosh, yeah.
that, so it is kind of, like, crazy, like, to think about, like, it is a lot of people out there who don't, who I feel like need to be exposed to other cultures at a young age.
Yeah.
Luckily, me, I'm a good person. I'm a good-hearted person that I wasn't like, oh, I ain't really messing with you. You know,
you don't want to. Yeah, you weren't even like.
I was open to it, like, well, shit like this new, but I mean, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? It is a part of life.
Yeah,
so,
that's how I feel. That's how I was. I had that same mindset when I was choosing colleges, because a lot of people are like, oh, you should go to HBCU, you're black.
That's what they all say.
And my main thing was just like, I didn't want to go to. I'm not knocking anybody who goes to HBCU because I love a good HBCU.
Shout out to HBCU.
Okay, but my thing was, college is preparing me for the world.
The real world.
Exactly. And my thing is just like I don't want to go to a college where it's just black people, because that's not how the world is going to be for me. Right. So I wanted to go to a college which is diverse. Shout out to Winthrop. I love my school, but like there are so many different ethnicities. I'm around people all the time. Like I got my first Asian friend going to like Winthrop, like in college. I never really like, I wasn't necessarily exposed to that. Granted, when I was in like middle school, I went to a private school and there were like Asian and a lot of white people. And for me, being one of the only black people in my class, which was like, it was a really small class, but either way it goes, I was like the only black girl. And I remember people would come up to me like, oh, I heard that new Jay-Z song, or I heard that new Kendrick Lamar. Like, why are you telling me that? Like, you're telling me that because I'm black, they're black, and you think because we're both black.
They gonna try to fit in, man. Slang
exactly.
and all. What's up, homie? How you?
And trying to do, yeah.
I'ma fuck with you. I'ma fuck with you.
Like, just because I'm black, like, that doesn't mean, like... Or I remember, like, I went to a private school, mainly Asian and white people, and then in middle school, then when I started high school, I went to basically all-black art school. And that transition was just so different because I'm around all these black people, and they're like, oh, you talk white. Oh, you act like I can't talk proper. I can't be educated. Like, I always got called an Oreo. And, like, when I was younger, it really bothered me. But now I'm just like... You just don't know. You're just ignorant. Like, just because I'm educated and I talk properly and my mom taught me the right way doesn't mean that there's anything wrong.
And those people that she talking about, that's how I came up. I didn't have too many white friends. Like I said, I grew up around a lot of white people, but I distanced myself from them just because of what I heard or what I seen. But that don't mean, you know, like I said, racism is taught. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That
don't mean that each person is like that. And I do regret that because... we could learn from each other, build. It's different situations. A white person could have been my best friend if I was actually like open arms to a white person.
Oh yeah, I had a white best friend. Shout out to you, Amanda. That was my girl. Okay.
Yeah. So you know, just look at people for who they are and not what they look like.
Yeah, and the color of their skin. When you guys were growing up, did your parents ever have the talk with you? The talk meaning, for some people who don't know, when you're growing up, a lot of parents should be having the talk with their black children because police brutality is a real thing and it's happening more and more each day, and it's really, we're becoming immune to it.
And don't wait, man. Don't wait.
Yeah, so the talk is basically just like your parents telling you, hey, when you're getting pulled over, this is how you need to act. You need to have your hands on the dashboard, make sure that everything is seen. So, again, when you guys were growing up, did your parents ever have that talk with you? Or were you put in a situation where you just had to figure out for yourself?
I had to figure it out for myself. I didn't have to talk until a situation actually happened with me. And that's why I say don't wait. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they able to comprehend it and know what's going on in the world, let them know now. Don't let it be too late to where they in a situation and don't know how to handle themselves, because it can go one way or it can go another.
Yeah, and I don't want to have to do a hashtag. I don't want to,
Me personally, I never really had the police talk, but I've had the talk as far as how to handle yourself when you're around different races. Now, my dad never sat down and talked to me, act this way around police. It was act this way when you're not around family or when you're not around black people. Because I grew up in an all-black neighborhood. I went to an all-black school. So that's all I seen. So when I step outside of that, he will always try to teach me how to act. But it wasn't a specific towards, like, police necessarily. It was just in general.
Yeah.
Every school I went to was the suburbs. And my mother thought, since we lived in the suburbs, it can't happen. But it can. It can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
So when
anybody, anywhere.
So when you're saying suburbs, you're meaning it wasn't just... Because suburbs, you could have a whole bunch of black people in the suburbs. You could have a whole bunch of Asian people. It's not just...
It was very diverse. It wasn't just like... just me and like the minority was white people. No, it was blacks, whites, Asians, you name it.
Yeah. I never had the talk. I just kind of had to figure it out for myself and see through social media and just hear about things happening while I was in school to make me aware, because my mom didn't necessarily enlighten me on everything that I wish I had known. So I had to figure it out. And yeah, I mean, it's sad that our parents even have to have like a talk with us, and they have to like, this is how you have to act, this is how you have to be, because I mean, in some aspects I've seen like in movies, because black women always have the stereotype of being loud and ghetto and obnoxious. So I have to handle myself in a way where it's just like, okay, if I start acting wild, or not wild, but like if I start getting upset and I raise my voice, then I don't want people to look at me like, oh, just another angry black woman, because that's not who I am.
Ghetto.
Exactly, for real.
She
Exactly, and like we laugh, but people really will put that label on you. So no, I didn't ever have to talk, but through social media and like seeing just how things happen in the world, movies, I was just like, okay, this is how I have to act, because I can't put myself in a situation where I could be in danger.
For both of y'all, do y'all feel like if y'all would have had the talk, it would have been beneficial?
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? Practice makes perfect. Prepare yourself for the worst. You know what I'm saying? You got to expect the worst to prevent stuff from happening. You know?
Yeah.
I got an uncle that is very, well, not anymore, because he's dated white women. He's actually married. He's actually getting married to an Arabic woman, but he was very prejudiced against whites. He hated white people. And it's sad to say, but it cost him jobs, everything. You know what I'm saying? You got to learn how to work the system, and not just only work the system. Learn how to, if somebody has a view like that, turn a new leaf for them. You know what I'm saying? Because racism can only be temporary. There's a lot of people that have been racist, and I seen this situation where this white girl had a baby with a black man, but her dad was racist, but he loved his granddaughter to death. You know, so situations like that can turn a new leaf for people. You know what I'm saying? It's not, racism is something that is taught. It's not born inside of you.
Yeah, that's so real. Seriously, oh my goodness. Yeah, racism is definitely taught, and it's just like, with all these people dying, like black people specifically dying, it's just like, what are you teaching your children? Like, our lives matter. Black people are people. Like, at the end of the day, it shouldn't just be like, hashtag Black Lives Matter. Like, it's gotten to that point because it's as if we don't matter, and we have to put our voice out there, and then it's like when we retaliate, then we're just angry, we're upset, but we have a reason to be upset. So yeah, it's just wild that yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel it. How does it make you feel when you see police officers killing black people?
I mean, as far as white or black, because they all doing it.
Yeah, no, like just any not race involved, just police officers, because their job is to protect us and keep us out of danger, but not even more recently, because this has been going on for years.
Exactly.
But how does it, like, on your day-to-day, how does it make you view the justice system? Because at the end of the day, and this is not all police officers, because there are some amazing police officers.
I know a few.
Shout out to the ones doing their thing, doing the right thing.
Exactly. But just like they're amazing police officers, there are crooked, racist police officers. So it's just like, how does that make you feel, and how does that affect you personally?
Well, it makes me angry.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like you said, they're supposed to be protecting us. When situations go on, you either label as a snitch, you don't want to call the police because you think they're against you. Whatever the situation may be, man, like, especially, okay, we see the white people doing this, killing and all. And I know you say it's not about race, but it made me feel more of a type of way when I see our own people doing it. Yeah. Because they go in there for one thing, trying to make a difference, but then their point of view becomes a little bit different in a way, like, as far as, you know, they doing what the white officers are doing now. They forgot what their purpose was in becoming a police officer. That's how I feel.
Yeah. Alex?
I'm 50-50 on it. Part of me be mad, but then the other part of me, like, sometimes as bystanders, we don't know the full story. So I feel like until I know all the facts of the story, I can't really judge it. But
yeah.
But for the stories that I do know the facts on, like, this shit is crazy. Oops, sorry. Not like the cuss. It's crazy, you know, that, you know, it's 2020 and we still going through that type of stuff.
Yeah, no, I feel that. For me, I mean, of course it makes me angry and it makes me sad because it's just like, honestly, I have never, I don't know anybody who has, like, been shot. Like, I don't know them and have a relationship with them. But it's just, like, even hearing about Ahmaud Arbery, it's just, like, this man was just running.
Rest in peace, Ahmaud Arbery, man.
Like,
he was hunted.
Trying to get his exercise in during quarantine.
Exactly. And it's just, like, we can't even run. We can't, like, what can we do?